Welcome back to the £500 to my dream car reselling challenge, where just a few weeks ago I started with £500 and I'm reselling my way to my dream car, which is this Porsche 718 Cayman right here. If you remember, we left episode 3 on a little bit of a cliffhanger. I'd bought 28 different pairs, but I didn't tell you what they were. So let's quickly run through all of them right now. Air Max 95 for £29.44. Air Max 90 for £8.24, Pegasus Trail for £11.59, Air Max 90 for £8.34, Vapor Max for £18.94, Mercurials for £10.44, Vapor Max for £13.69, Nike Phantom GX for £29.34, Sacai Fragment for £13.69, Vapor Max Plus for £18.94, React Vision for £18.94, Vapor Max 3 for £13.59, Air Max 270 for £8.44, Air Max 90 Golf for £13.69, Air Force 1 for £11.59, Mercurials for £8.24, Air Max 1 LeBrons for £18.94, React Vision for £24.19, Alpha Fly Next Percent for £24.19, Air Max 95 for £29.44, Air Max 90 for £18.74, Huaraches for £8.44, Air Force 1s for £10.54, Air Max 95 for £11.59, Phantom GX for £29.44, Nike Pegasus 41 for £10.54, Nike Invincible runs for £18.74, and finally one last Air Max 95 for £34.69. This puts my budget back down to £8.09. Pairs have already begun to arrive as I bought them a few days ago, so let's go and collect what's already arrived. I am back now, and the first 3 pairs to arrive are the ones I bought at the end of the last episode. These, and these. However, there's a bunch more, so let me quickly run through everything else that has arrived. These two, and these two, but these absolutely honk, so I'm going to let these air out for a few days and we'll get everything else prepped and listed. Let's get to prepping them.
The next day.
I managed to sell a couple pairs last night. So the first ones are the Vapor Max. Sorry to interrupt the video, right? But I just want to show you something very, very quickly. See this? 75% of you are not subscribed. Surely if you're watching this right now and you're enjoying the video and you're not subscribed, feel free to drop a sub. Or if you want to support the boy, feel free to drop a sub. And anyway, for now, I'll let you get back to the video. But feel free to quickly take 1 second to drop a sub. I'll give you a second. 1. Anyway, now let's put you back into the video. Which sold for £28. These Sambas sold for £30. And these Sacai's sold for £35. So all 3 of them are making me just over £50 profit. Of course, we've got more pairs to collect, so I'm going to go get them and then I'll show you what's arrived. I've had a few pairs arrive there. I'm not feeling the best, so I'm going to quickly show you what's arrived. I'm not going to film myself doing any prep or anything. Just I want to crack on with it. So we had the Alpha Flies come, these white Air Force arrived, another Vapor Max has arrived, and these React Visions arrived. So I'm going to get listed the Vapor Maxes, the Air Forces, the Alpha Fly, the Neons have been prepped that arrived yesterday, and that's it today. I'm going to do 4 listings today because I did 5 yesterday and they didn't get the best views, so hopefully maybe if I do a couple less, should work. But yeah, as I said, I don't know, I'm just not feeling great today, so I'm not going to record anything else, but I am going to get these prepped and listed because obviously we've got to keep up with the challenge.
10 hours later.
I'm back. I'm feeling a lot better. Don't know what happened yesterday, but I did obviously get all 5 pairs prepped and listed, and we made 2 sales yesterday. These Oreo Vapor Max sold for £35. I listed these, I think, the day before yesterday, but yeah, these ones sold. And these Alpha Flies sold for £60. So from just these 2 pairs right here, we made over £50 profit. So of course there's more pairs to go and collect now, and I'm gonna go and drop these ones off right now. I'm back and we have 5 more pairs that arrive. These Pegasus Trail, these Air Max 270s, these React Visions, these Air Max 1s, and these Air Max 90 Golfs. However, these are super dirty, so I'm going to keep them in the box for now. Don't need mud going everywhere. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go and quickly prep all of these and get all the listings set up for later today to post in the evening.
Much later.
Yes, I don't think I've given like a proper sit down, proper update in a couple of days now, but it's going as well as it can, really. Like, pairs are arriving in, five roughly a day. Speaking of which, we've got more to collect now. And then a couple pairs are selling every day. We're buying more than we're selling, which is a good thing, because there's always going to be a period of time, probably not anymore actually, but there was a period of time where I had to wait for money to pay out before I could buy more. But now we've had a bunch of pairs pay out and we've had a couple more sales. So I'm going to quickly run through everything now. So the pairs that have been paid out are white and black Air Forces in a UK 8, white Vapor Maxes in a UK 10, the Mercurial in that weird colourway, 2 Air Forces, same colourways in a 9 and a 9.5, some Vapor Maxes in a size 10, some Air Max 90s in a size 9, some Jordan 4 Cool Greys in a size 10, and some Air Max 90s in a navy in a size 9. This means that I actually have a budget of £374.47. However, we've still got a bunch of pairs to arrive, so I think I'm going to hold off from spending anything right now until at least everything's arrived, because otherwise I think it's going to be too much to deal with in one period. But then we also did sell some pairs, so I'm going to show them to you now. So these cost £13.69 and they sold for just under £35 on Depop. These cost me £11.59 and they sold for £28 on Vinted. These cost me £11.59 and they sold for £23 on Vinted. And these cost me £18.94 and they sold for £40 on Vinted. Which means just off those 4 pairs, that's another £69.55 profit. If you can see, we've got quite a few in-post locker pickups to collect. Now, all of them aren't going to be for this series. Some of them might be for the £100 series. So if you haven't gone and seen that, I'm also doing a second series alongside this one, where I started with £100 and I'm reselling my way to £10,000. And I'm doing that with completely different stock. I'm back from the post office. We got quite a few, so I'm going to quickly show you everything that arrived. These, and these. However, I kind of want to keep these. So what I'm going to do is we'll list them up for a high price, and then if they don't sell, I will keep them because they're literally perfect condition. But yeah, I kind of want to keep these ones. However, some of the pairs, as you've just seen, are like really dirty, so I don't really want to clean them today. So I'm just going to do all the ones that need light cleaning, get all of them prepped and listed. I've also got pairs for the other series to do, so I'm going to crack on and hopefully get at least 5 of the ones I've shown you today listed and up for sale by the end of today, because I'm sure more will arrive tomorrow. That is another 4 pairs listed up. We've got a couple more that I'm gonna sort out tonight so they're ready to be posted tomorrow. And of course, we'll probably have a couple more deliveries tomorrow. Pretty much everything's arrived. I hope the videos aren't too repetitive of just, here's what arrived, me prepping it, here's what's selling it. Let me know in the comments if there's anything else you want me to cover when I'm doing this series, because I don't want to add too much yap into it. Obviously, I assume you guys just want to see what I'm buying and what I'm selling and how much profit I'm making per episode. But yeah, let me know in the comments what else you may want to see in the series, or like maybe every 4 or 5 episodes we do like a big recap episode sort of thing. Just let me know in the comments, it'd be much appreciated. But for now, hopefully some more sell and I'll update you tomorrow. Boy, did we have a good night last night. Quite a few pairs sold and we're looking at some nice profit. These sold for £65. These sold for 28. These two sold to the same buyer for 65. And these sold for 57. This leaves me with £112 profit from those pairs. I also got paid out on the navy and black Air Max 90s, so therefore our budget is just under £375. However, I'm still waiting for a refund on the fake Asics, and a few pairs still haven't arrived, 3 of which haven't been shipped, so I'm kind of doubtful they're ever going to arrive, and I'll probably get refunded on them. And then, I think I've still got 8 pairs to list. Some have been cleaned and they're drying, and some still need to be cleaned. There's a couple pairs of football boots, and then there's some Air Max 90s and some Air Forces. And then 2 of the pairs I kind of got scammed on. I bought them as used condition, whatever. However, 2 different pairs of Air Maxes arrived with holes on the inside. So I'm just sorting that out with a seller, whether they're going to give me a big partial refund or I'm going to ship them back. So those pairs I can't even touch right now. So for the time being, I'm going to get the other 6 pairs that I have in hand prepped, photoed and listed today, and then hopefully we'll start buying some more stock soon, because that's a lot sold, but we still got like quite a few pairs that still haven't sold, so maybe I'll relist them tomorrow or today or something, but that's where we're at for now. These arrived when I got back from the post office. I've already cleaned and prepped them. These, not this specific colorway, but this was the first football boot that I ever had when I was like 6 or 7 years old. But I've already cleaned, prepped and listed these. I also have now listed the Pegasus and listed these black Air Forces. So that's another 3 listings done. Then there's the Air Max 90 Golfs, Mercurial football boots, and then a blue Phantom GX, a white and black Phantom GX, and I think 1 more pair. Oh, one of the pairs I got a partial refund on, which I'll show you tomorrow. But yeah, there's 5 more pairs that are going to get done. They're just drying or airing out, so they'll get listed tomorrow. So hopefully we get a couple more sales today. And yeah, I think we need to start buying again, probably from tomorrow, because everything's arrived. And I think the other few pairs that haven't been shipped yet will probably get cancelled, because I bought them quite a few days ago now. I think they have 1 more day to ship. So we'll have extra budget to spend, and then I'll spend that tomorrow.
Much later.
I've had 1 refund so far. It's for the Anthracite Grey Air Max 95. The seller failed to ship them, so the order was cancelled and I was refunded £29.44. This puts my current budget up to £403. But whilst that isn't the best news, we did sell quite a few pairs last night. These Air Max 95 sold for £65. These 270s sold for £18.50. These Huarache sold for £23. These Air Forces sold for £20. And the Solar Red sold for £40. I took an offer on it because they'd been up for a week now nearly, and no one else had even made an offer on them. So I thought, do you know what? I'll take the money and get rid of these. I still need to get listed the Mercurials, 2 pairs of Air Max 90s, and both of the Phantom GX. However, obviously the football boots had to air out just due to scent. Same with the Air Maxes, so they should be ready today. The Phantom GX, I think I've taken an L on them. Basically, they have this material called grip knit, and the dirt seems to get stuck under it. I've tried really hard, just like I have cleaned all the other boots. That dirt isn't coming out, so I might have to take an L on them. But it's a learning curve. I know not to buy them to resell anymore. It's as simple as that. I've obviously got over £400 to spend on stock, but I've also got 20 pairs waiting to be paid out, which amounts to over £850 in payout. So we've pretty much got £1,200, maybe £1,300 to spend on stock. Obviously we need to wait for the £800 to pay out. So what I thought I'd do, before I go and buy any stock, is let's have a look at what's sold so far and see our best sellers, see our most profitable items, and just analyse a little bit before we go and buy any more stock. Well, now we've done that analysis, I know exactly what I need to buy, but I also need to try and wait for this payout because I want to spend as much as I can on profitable stock. So I feel like this is the perfect time to end this episode so I can go back, buy some more stock, and then start the new episode having bought a bunch more stock. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you have any questions about reselling or about the journey, feel free to drop them in the comments below and I'll answer everything. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget there is also a new episode of the 100 to 10k resale video that came out a few days ago. So feel free to go and watch that. Thank you very much. I will see you very soon, hopefully having bought a lot of stock for episode number 5.